And this is Dan with Theta Trend. Today is Wednesday, June 25th, 2014. It's about 5:45 here, Mountain Time, so almost 4 hours after the market closed. What we're going to do tonight is we're going to take a look at SPX, and we're doing this for the weekly options trading system. And I had a few posts out on the blog talking about the weekly options system. We're going to call it Weekly Theta. And right now, tonight is Wednesday night, and this is kind of an odd week because next week we have the holiday. But we're going to take a look at what's out there and see what sort of potential trades might be available to us. So at any rate, what we're looking at here is a chart of the SPX, and on the chart I have two simple moving averages: the 50, which is red, 50-day, and the 200-day, which is gray. We're not really going to use those tonight, but they're on there because I like to see them and I'm used to seeing them. So the other indicator that we are using for the system is the average true range trailing stop, which is the dotted green line when we're in a long state, and then the dotted pink line when we're in a short state. And the other part of the indicator that I added in is a standard deviation offset. So the way to think about this is the average true range trailing stop, when the state is flipped, it measures down 3.5 times the average true range, and it puts a little dot there. Okay? And that's our stop level. So basically we're saying if price trades down and closes below that level, we're no longer in a long state. And I'm just sort of referencing right in here because that's when the trend flipped. What I've done is I've decided to plot a standard deviation offset on top of this average true range trailing stop. So the software calculates the standard deviation over a look-back period of 10 days. It can be any number of days, it's sort of irrelevant, but 10 days for our purposes, and we're taking that value, multiplying it by 2.5, and we're adding that to the trailing stop. And so basically what I'm saying is when price is quite a ways extended above the trailing stop, I don't want to be taking trades and I don't want to be selling verticals. There are certainly situations like here where the trend continued on and you could have made a few trades, a couple of weekly trades in here, sold verticals, and you would have been just fine. But the point is that I don't like to take heat, I guess. And I'm trying to avoid situations like this where price flips the trend here and all of a sudden it reverses and I'm underwater 2 days into a 7-day trade. So at any rate, right now, price closed here at just under 1960, and so we're right around the standard deviation offset. Earlier in the day today, I was trying to get filled on I think it was originally an 1895, 1885 vertical, so something down here, with about 7 days to go. So the other thing I wanted to point out is that normally we'd be doing this on a Wednesday night or a Thursday morning, and expiration would probably be the following Friday. Next week we have a short week. Friday is the holiday, the 4th of July, and then I believe Thursday is going to be a half day, a short day. So we're already kind of running out of time on this. But in the morning I am going to be looking for vertical to sell. And this trailing stop here, this 1931 level, is the ultimate stop level. So if we get a price that closes below this level before the trade is up, I will be jumping out of it. So knowing that, we're going to hop over here to the Analyze tab. And what I've done is I've dropped a couple of verticals in here, and I just wanted to see sort of what was out there. So what I'm doing, I'm not sure why this is not responding. Okay, so I'm back here on the options chain, and I'm looking at the July 1, 2014 with 7 days to go, the weeklies, and I came down through here, and I was looking for something in the neighborhood of a 10 delta. So earlier in the day, 1900 was about a 10 delta, and it's fallen down to 8 now because price sort of traded up throughout the day. And now 1910 is basically the 10 delta. So we're really going to have to see where the market opens in the morning. Right now, futures are trading basically where they close. There hasn't been a move, but in the morning, it's going to be important to look at that and sort of know where things are sitting. But if we look at the 1910, 1900, the closing price is showing a credit of about 45 cents on that. So that's certainly something I would consider. Really, what I want is I want to see price trade down a little bit, not a whole bunch, but just a little bit. And then I want to be able to sell this 1905, 1895, and I'd like to sell it for 45 cents. So in order for that to happen, we need to see price come down to about 1955 or so, assuming this is live right now. But say 1955 or so, and I think that's it's certainly possible to be down a couple of points in the morning, and maybe get filled on something like that. Let's take a look at this. Is a 65-minute chart. So each one of these bars represents 65 minutes, and today's trading day takes place. Let's see, basically here up. There was a little bit of chop and consolidation first thing in the morning after we opened lower, and then price basically traded higher all day long. This area right down in here is an area that I think of as kind of a support area. Basically, we're talking about 1940 to 1947. I mean, really up even to 1950. Somewhere in here is where I would expect the market to find support. So what we're saying is we kind of want price to come back down just a little bit to this 1955 level. And if we can do that, that's when we want to be selling that vertical for 45 cents. So I'm going to post a quick set of notes out on the blog with this video, and you can refer back to those. But the price in the morning is really what matters. And again, this is not a recommendation to take a trade or do anything of that nature. This is just me telling you what I'm doing, and it's for educational purposes only. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email. It's info@thetatrend.com. Thanks.